Battlestrong. We're back with another session of Financial Friday, and I am Battlestrong 101. This is for any aspiring entrepreneur or just anyone in general that is looking to learn the tools and resources out of this amazing book, How Money Works. Stop being a sucker. It's going to teach us how to stop being a sucker with our income. This is written by Tom Matthews as well as Steve Siebold. We are in the second chapter titled The Time Value of Money. So let's hop right in. It says the time value of money is the concept that money available to you now is worth more than the same amount in the future because of its potential to earn interest. It says, in other words, money saved today is worth more than money saved tomorrow. It says exactly. Great job, TJ. He says it's so warm. So there's even pictures in the book for kids out there. This quote by Queen, it says, "It ain't much I'm asking. If you want the truth, here's to the future. Here's to the cry of the youth. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all, and I want it now." Time is money, especially when time is now. Queen's anthem nails the mindset of the sucker perfectly. Every corner of society offers instant gratification and immediate enjoyment with a pain-free purpose. It says, feel the impulse. We all feel the impulse to shop. It says your favorite brand has an app for that. Time to pay taxes. It says file at turbo speed. Owe a friend cash, square it away with the text. It says even today's churches let you tithe with the tap. It says, have you ever asked yourself why everyone wants to make it so easy for you to spend your money? Is it A, because they value you? Come on, don't be that naive. B, because they value your money, which getting closer. C, because they want your money and they want it all and they want it now. It says, of course, the answer is C. Make no mistake. We live in an ASAP world. You've been conditioned to want everything ASAP because of your want for money ASAP. It says every dollar you own has a little stopwatch inside of it. The sooner you press the start button, the sooner each dollar starts earning interest. Money you put to work today has the potential to earn more interest than money you put in or work tomorrow. Why? Because it has more time to grow. Those who know how money works never want to waste a single day of earning potential. Do you think it was a coincidence that the taxes are taken out of paychecks now, but tax refunds are not paid until the next year? Ever wondered why financial companies hold funds for a few days rather than releasing them to you immediately? Could it all be the same reason that marketers beg you to act now? It says they want it all and they want it now. But if they owe it to you, they pay it only after they've squeezed a little bit of every possible day of earning. It says they're not doing anything wrong. They're just taking full advantage of the time of money. It's time you do too. TikTok. When it says TikTok, when it comes to money, time is precious. Another way to think of time value of money in the terms of how many years you have left to grow your savings. Let's do some reverse engineering. Think about how many years you have left until you pay off the car loan or home mortgage, your kids go off to college, you retire, your savings run out in retirement. Don't freak out. Knowing those numbers creates urgency, and urgency drives action. Don't forget it. Urgency drives action. Now we're getting somewhere. Take a breath and consider. Time-tested actions to leverage the time value of money. Start now. Now is always the best time to start. Number 2, save regularly. Get the highest interest rate possible. Number 3, be patient. Good things come to those who wait. Think back. I didn't start saving regularly and patiently until I was about 30. Would that have made much of a difference if I started in my early 20s? Important question, George. Let's take a look at that. So start earlier and make a significant difference. It's true. Savings less earlier can crush savings more later. It says look at this scenario with Sarah and George, both saving for retirement. It says Sarah at age 22 stopped saving when she's age 30. It says George starts saving at age 30 and continues into retirement age. Both earn a consistent 9% annual interest rate, compounded monthly. So what does that look like? So Sarah starts at age 22, sets aside $4,000 a year, so that's $333 a month for 8 years in a row. She stops at age 29, right? Her total is $1,417,575, right? George, on the other hand, starts saving at age 30. He sets aside $4,000 a month, again, $300, make sure that's right, $333.33 a month for 38 years in a row, and he stops at age 67. Who do you guys think has the most money? Okay, so Sarah has $1,417,575 to George's 1,000 or man, I'm sorry, $1,306,683. So Sarah has $110,892 more than George. So George puts away 4.75 times more money than Sarah, but Sarah has more money in the end, all because she started saving earlier, right? So, goodness gracious, I'm not 22 anymore. I'm 49. How much would I need to save monthly to have $1 million by my late 60s? At your age, Sarah, you need to save about $2,000 a month. The longer you wait to start saving, the more you need to come up with it every month. Locate your age on this chart below and see how much you'll need to put away. Notice how much less of it, how much less it will be if you start younger, how much more that if you wait. It says how much do you need to save to hit $1 million by retirement? So let's find out. So if you're age 20, save $113 a month. That's $4 a day. Average income, let's just say it's $1,400 a month. So you would need to save 8% of your income to hit $1 million by the time of retirement. How this chart works, it says find your age, see how much you'll save monthly and daily. Assumes a 9% annual interest rate compounded monthly based on retirement age of 67. So Sarah says this, why didn't someone show us this when we were younger? The useful question is, what do we do about it now? For one thing, I'm telling every 20-year-old I know in this world, and that's not coming from me, that's coming from this book. It says, let's look at the numbers, right? Let's look at the numbers on this chart, okay? I'll give another example. Let's say you're age 60, right? Monthly amount, $8,589 a month. So that'd be $282 a day, which average income at 5,000. So that person would need 156% saved to have $1 million by retirement. So obviously, as you see, the longer you wait, the more expensive it is, just like life insurance. $1 Million Baby, it says, that's funny because that song is buzzing right now. It says $1 Million Baby. It says the power of compounding and the time value of money could help parents leave a new kind of legacy. I love that word. According to the Department of Agriculture, the average cost to raise a child is $233,610. If a parent puts aside just a fraction of that amount for each child before birth, $13,000 works well, as we'll see in a moment. If parents scraped, scrounged, worked extra hours, asked relatives for assistance, whatever it took, what could that do for a child's future? And how much could a child lose if parents waited until after high school graduation to put away the money? So what if you put away $13,000 each of your children for your children? It says assume one lump sum of $13,000 is put away. Time frame 1 shows the account growth of 67 years starting at birth. Time frame 2 shows the account growth for 49 years starting at age 18. So it says assumes a 6.5% average annual increase, interest rate compounded monthly, right? So 13,000 at birth by age 67, that's $1,442. Time frame 2 shows 13,000 at age 18. By the age of 67, only $311,486. So next page. Here's another way that you could accomplish the same objective by putting away a smaller lump sum to plus a monthly amount. If wrangling $13,000 before a child isn't feasible, parents can still leverage the power of compound interest and the time value of money. They could simply take more incremental approach starting the month the child is born, putting $2,500 down and adding $250 a month for 4 years. So what if $2,500 was put down and $250 was added every month for 4 years for each of your children? According to how this chart works, at birth, $2,500 plus that 12,000. At age 67, they'd have 1 million, 1 million, and barely over $1 million, which that's a lot of money. Time frame 2, age 18, $2,500 plus 12,000 pencils out to 313,857. So, as you guys can see, there is a lot to saving money, and there is a lot of benefits to figuring out ways to create opportunities to make more income. And we can always go over that. It says the solution to one society's financial blunders. One of the greatest financial blunders of society is dismissing the first 2 decades of child life as nothing more than a giant expense to parents. Instead, those years should be recognized for what they are, a valuable financial resource for the child. Capitalizing on these squandered decades is perhaps the most affordable, realistic way for parents to retire their children as millionaires. It says which of these three scenarios is most likely to be positive. Number one, leave $1 million inheritance. Cough, cough. You can also do that with a life insurance policy. Number two, set aside $13,000 at birth. Number three, set aside $2,500 at birth and save $250 per month for 4 years. It says each of these scenarios could create $1 million foundation by retirement, but two and three are less by far. And why? Is because they leverage the power of compound interest and time value of money. Your personal or your financial professional can help you design a plan for each of your children or grandchildren. The sucker who won't have enough money for their own retirement hopes in vain to leave their children a small inheritance. A wealthy remove the or it says the wealthy remove the need for an inheritance by transforming their child's early years into earning years. So, transforming their child's early years to earning years. We got to pay attention to these word tracks. It says, see, we're seeking to understand. We're not just checking off the list. Like I said, guys, we're seeking to understand so we can grow. It says it's perhaps the most overlooked financial advantage of all time. It's one that almost every parent has missed. It could single handedly wipe out the number one fear of all retirees, which is not illness or even death. It says it's running out of money. It says it's time that parents start maximizing the time value of money for each of the children, starting at no later than birth. It's time this society as a whole made a shift. And she says, I don't mean to rain on the parade, but how do you prevent the children from touching that money until they're 67? Great question. That's what trusts are for. Sarah, they hold and protect the money until the appointed time. It says, according to data of the United Nations, 250 children are born in the world every minute. Imagine how different their lives would be if every family created a savings plan for their children that couldn't be touched until retirement. Says PT says, looks like PT Barnum was way off. It's 250 suckers that are born every minute. She says, haha, good one, George. Wow. That would give children greater freedom to explore, fail, keyword, because you want to be able to afford to fail forward, right? That's very important. To explore, fail, as well as find their purpose. Purpose is very important as well. Purpose is going to breed passion, guys. And when you have passion, you don't quit, right? It says purpose throughout their lives, all because their parents took this one revolutionary step. One step, guys, one step. I don't have any kids, but I'm prepping, as you can see. No rush. It says, you start saving before you start walking. I love it. It says, I like every child born. It says, it's like every child born is $1 million baby. So, how the sucker thinks. I know saving is important, but now just not a good time for me to deal with it. How the wealthy think. Here's the deal. Time is money. Every day counts. Building my financial future starts now. So here's the questions. What have we learned? It says due to its growth potential, money I have today is more valuable than money I have tomorrow, right? It says because time matters, I need to start saving as soon as possible. It says knowing how much to save at my current age will help me nail my goals for retirement. Another day is always another opportunity to battle strong. Y'all, that was chapter 2 of How Money Works, of Stop Being a Sucker by Tom Matthews and Steve Siebold. If you guys want this book is actually on Amazon, I believe. Shout out to Tom Matthews and Steve Siebold, because somebody like me, I really am here to seek to understand. I'm here to learn. And this young man right behind me, he's not my son. This is me when I was a kid. This is when Battlestrong started. Here's my dog Tiger around it. But I do it for the youth, guys. I do it for the youth. I want the youth to have resources and tools and somebody that is take the time to explain how this stuff works, right? Because obviously we don't learn this stuff in schools. And so I want to take the time to be able to help people grow, not only mentally, not only spiritually, but financially, as well as physically. The whole I Am Battle Strong lifestyle, Monday through Sunday, is all about growing spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, intellectually, socially, as well as geographically, and creating opportunities for these young kids to be able to understand that, look, you can hit rock bottom. It's okay. You can fail and you can fail forward, but you know what you can also do? You can trust in Jesus. You can trust in Jesus, okay? Because I want to tell you something. No matter how much money that you have, rich in God, what that stands for is understanding that Jesus is enough. Understanding that whatever your financial struggles, whatever your spiritual struggles, whatever your physical struggles, they might be big, but they're not bigger than Jesus, okay? And all you have to do is seek to understand. And so that's what we're doing here and providing a safe place for the community and the world to learn everything that I'm learning. So that way later on in life, if anybody asks, hey, how'd you do it? The whole thing is there, all from rock bottom. And so God is good. Don't forget to continue your education. Never get too wise or too smart to continue learning. This is how we grow. This is how we evolve, and this is how we change the world together, right? This is not about me, right? I'm just here to do my assignment and make sure I do my due diligence, okay? I love you guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing Friday, and be safe out here, really, like be safe. Prayers go out to some of my clients who have, there's battling cancer right now. So if anybody could pray for me, I'd appreciate that. My grandma is also could use prayer. I'm gonna close this out right now. Dear Lord, I pray for anyone that's looking for spiritual growth and healing and restoration. God, I pray for anyone that needs restoration in their finances. God, I pray that this book and these resources that you've provided for me to sow back out into the community, God, I pray that they stick to those who are eager to learn, to eager to grow, eager to seek to understand, and also understand that money is great and all. Yes, we got to understand how to use it as a tool, right? And we got to leave an inheritance for our families. And so you provided these resources for us to learn how to grow, right? Because when we seek to understand, that's how we're able to continue walking by faith and not by sight, right? So God, thank you for these resources and thank you for this time to pour into whoever is open to be poured into, God. And again, this is not about me. You put me on assignment and I'm just doing exactly what you told me to do. So God, thank you for that clarity and thank you for that direction as well as discernment. May we continue to stay rich in God, not rich of the world. What does a man gain if he gains the world but loses his soul? So that's what rich in God is about. It's not about trying to become a millionaire by retirement. Understand that we're rich in God when we accept Him. And if we feel far away from Him, I pray that somebody that's listening right now or comes across this video, if they feel far away from God, the return trip is only one step away. I hope that they remember that. The return trip is one step away. God will never leave us nor forsake us, no matter what our bank accounts look like. I want to make that very clear. Let's continue to stay rich in God, rich in spirit, and take care of our mind, body, and soul, and let all the other stuff come what's meant to come. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Y'all have a great Friday. And I'm going to get back on these phones. I'm going to serve these families through insurance. If anybody needs life insurance, I am a broker. I love what I do. I'm not a salesperson. I serve. I serve for a living. Everything I do, I serve. So I hope you guys have a blessed Friday. Take care. Don't forget to